We are now 176 days away from the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by director J.J. Abrams, that is all set and ready to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So, we do know that Episode 9, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film. We're going to have a lot of these twists and turns that are going to lead to saga-wide implications, and what I mean by that is that it's really going to have a major impact on the prequels and the originals, and how we are actually going to view them, the Star Wars fans around the world. So what's really exciting is that Good Morning America eventually were able to catch up with Daisy Ridley, ask her some questions about the Rise of Skywalker. Again, like I say, we do know that as we get closer to July, that's when the marketing of this movie will ramp up. Now, Daisy actually got a chance to talk about her last scene that she filmed very briefly, and what it was like for her to wrap that particular scene and the actual end of the film entirely. And this is what Daisy Ridley had to briefly say on Good Morning America. So she states, "So John rapped, so I was already like hysterically crying. And then I rapped and did a speech, and I cannot remember what I said. I kept going, I'm really sorry, I'm really sorry. The whole crew was there. It was like really embarrassing, and obviously people recorded it. Still, I can't tell you what I said. Something unintelligible. I'm really excited." So that's all she really had to say about the whole entire ending sequence of Episode 9, of her wrapping that particular scene, and of course wrapping that film entirely. And I think what's really exciting about this is that this kind of reminds me of what happened with Colin Trevorrow when she was reading the very end of his script. That made her actually start to cry, and it leaves a lot of people wondering exactly what is going to happen with Daisy Ridley's character. Well, when they were asking her about whether or not she would return in future Star Wars films, since she is rumored to appear in supposedly Rian Johnson's trilogy, which we'll have to wait and see exactly how that could work out, but she states, she said something on Good Morning America where she says something around the lines of, she was like, I mean, who knows, in a very kind of playful way on Good Morning America. So she says, I mean, like, who knows? So she didn't provide a direct answer. She didn't say yes or no. She's basically keeping the viewers' options open on whatever that really means, right? So the thing here is this. That could very well mean that obviously Rey is going to live out of this story. She's the main character. However, there have been a lot of hints and or indicators that she is going to die at a certain point in time in this film, in which I don't think she'll actually die permanently. I think it might be a gotcha moment in Episode 9, and that's just my take. But as far as everything else goes, you know, her reaction to the last scene that she filmed and wrapping it with John Boyega and others, very, very, emotional, I gotta say. So how she said she was hysterically crying, and once she finished, she did a speech of the whole entire segment and the sequence that she filmed, and she couldn't even remember what she said, and she can't even tell you guys what she said at that, because, that's something that was actually connected to the actual scene and what they filmed over at Cardington and Pinewood Studios. So, this movie really seems like it's starting to shake up as a emotional film, right? It really is. If you think about Episode 9, at the end of the day, we do know that this movie is going to offer a lot of emotional sequences, action-packed segments. It's really going to be an all-out war and a war to end all wars, as John Boyega has said for a year and a half now. And, it's funny that we are now just 176 days away, and we won't be getting a trailer, guys, by the way, in case you guys have not been filled in. The trailer was delayed from San Diego Comic-Con all the way over until July, or should I say over until August 24th, over at D23. So we're going to have to wait quite a while to see more footage of Episode 9, but that's not to say that we're not getting any kind of promotional art or any kind of marketing pushes for this film in July. That is actually going to happen, so look forward to that. That could range anywhere from interviews to new photos to new magazine covers. I'm really excited to see what July is going to offer for The Rise of Skywalker and exactly where that's all going to go. As far as Daisy Ridley as Rey, it really does open up one's eyes exactly where this is going. We do know that the end of the film is going to be based off of a popular Disney animated movie from the 1990s. And a lot of talk has been suggesting that this is going to be Beauty and the Beast. And if you look at Beauty and the Beast, right, we have the Beast who eventually dies and transforms into a handsome man. What I think is actually going to happen, because there have been a lot of hints and or indicators that do connect to this, there's a lot of this out there, that one of which is, of course, Kylo Ren dying, and we do know that the form of resurrection is going to play a role in the third act. Kylo Ren dying and coming back to life as a good man once again. That's very Beauty and the Beast-esque, and it makes a lot of sense as to why the ending is taking off or is based off of a Disney animated movie from the 90s. But I digress, guys. I would love to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.